Let's pray together.
Thank you.
Oh, gracious God, how we need you. We need you to be our constant companion, to go before us and behind us, to be above us and below us, and to guide us every day, to take all of our gifts, the gifts of mind and heart and body and soul, and to use them to glorify you. We praise you that as the everlasting God who sees all and who knows all, that we can put our complete trust and faith in you to lead us and to lead the leaders of this great city. We are reminded that in your word that we can cast all our cares on you because you care for us. And so, God, therefore we give you the work of this devoted mayor and council, that they may ever lean on you for the wisdom to lead this city into seasons of peace and seasons of harmony. Keep us as citizens concerned about the equality and the justice of others, and let it be done out of hearts of love and concern for others. We praise you, God, that what you are already doing in this city is helping this city to be a great light for all to see. So move us, Lord, into a vision for the future, a vision that's built on mutual respect, that we will build strong relationships and a strong economy and even stronger faith in our Heavenly Father. We pray and ask all of this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Please rise for the pledge. Yes.
Okay, we'll do the pledge, then I would like for him to get a picture with the city council as well, since he's a new pastor in town.
Okay, the pledge. Please follow me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we do that?
Come up.
Yeah.
Have a picture here. You're all standing. You're all pretty close. Okay, you do that. Oh, too tall.
Oh, no problem. I'm probably going to be as good as yours, though.
Council, I need a motion on the work session minutes for August the 2nd.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Need a motion on the regular council minutes for the August 2nd.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Mr. Mayor,
Well, thank you.
you're up.
Good evening. I don't think I need to remind you that a couple of weeks ago, as we opened the front page of the Advertiser and we saw other TV stations proclaim the fact that a third party had recognized Montgomery as the best-run city in the state of Alabama and the 51st best-run city in the United States, and gave us an opportunity to thank and show our appreciation, frankly, to our 2,500 workers that get up every day and make a difference in the lives of the citizens of our community. Today, I opened my email, and a perfect example of that effort was in a letter that she sent to Dear Sir. It showed up at our street maintenance organization where Diane Burke sent it to Chris Conway, and I had the privilege this morning of opening it. I'd like to read it to you, and then I'd like to have some representation here to join me at the podium of the individuals that this letter is speaking about. This is from a lady that lives on Carter Hill Road. And you know that we've been working now for 3 or 4 months at Carter Hill. And parenthetically, let me just say that our goal was to get from Zelda to College Street sometimes before Labor Day. And I might put Diane Burke on the spot, but we're getting close. Then the state will pick up from College all the way to Decatur in a project that we worked with them to do when the ASU Stadium was in fact built. This is what the letter says. Dear sir, and it should have been sirs, I have watched your road crew repair the curbs and pour sidewalks all the way from Perry Hill Road to my house. I have to say I never thought you would get to my house. It seemed so far and it was so hot. But this crew is one of the hardest working crews I've ever seen. Every day it would be over 100 degrees and these guys worked steady. They never faltered, and today they finally made it to my house. I've lived here 30 years and they're correcting the beginning of my driveway that I could never afford to repair. I appreciate the work so much. That's the apron that goes into her driveway. You need to give, I don't know who to thank, but I'll pass my letter on. I appreciate the work so much. You need to give this crew something special. They have done more than just their job. They did it in extreme heat. They're a great bunch of guys. I cannot wait until they're finished. Thank you all for the curbs, the sidewalks, and driveways. I appreciate it more than you could ever know. This speaks volumes about what citizens of Montgomery think about the work of our employees. And these are just a few of the many that are working in street maintenance out there every day, and an example of the 2,500. And so with that, I'd like to have Diane Burke and Roger Oram, who's one of our supervisors, with Jarvis Robinson, Warren Bailey, Milton Lucas, and Sam Ringstaff, if they would come and let the City Council and our citizens show our appreciation for a job that is being well done.
Thank you.
This is Roger Oral, by the way.
Yes,
a standing ovation, no less.
Well, I want to thank you all, Mayor, council members, for giving us thanks and the praise. These guys really work hard out of there, and I appreciate what you did for them. And the citizens, I know we probably put some of you may be in here, terrible situations, stopping and starting, but we appreciate some of you all that give us that opportunity, to serve you. So, I'm not a good speaker. I just want to be here to thank you all.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to tell you? Anybody else want to tell you?
Good.
That's the TV star right there.
Yeah.
TV star.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're good.
Pretty good.
I just want to first recognize Jesus Christ for the opportunity to be brought forward in recognition and moving. But I thank him each and every day that I wake up. So in the time of my duty at work, listen to him moving by obedience. At each and every car come up to give them a smile. For yet not now in length of the mind of what traveling through it. So make them smile and things like that right there. And I just thank you all for the recognition, and God blessing you all. Be blessed.
Hey, Diane, before you get away from here, what is our scheduled time, and what do you think will happen?
We are still trying to meet a September 1st deadline. Now, we have been delayed recently due to some needed improvements by Alagasco, but they're working with us very good to try to rush along as soon as
Yeah, they notified us a few weeks ago that they needed to do some necessary work, and they thought it might delay us 2 or 3 weeks, and we told them that just was not acceptable, that Diane had made herself a commitment, not to us, but to herself, and the individuals doing that. So they are working with us, and we might give you the weekend through Labor Day to finish up. And what I wanted to say to you, Diane, that when you finish that, and this would be a goal, I would like to, as the mayor, not the city of, but mayor, show my appreciation. I'd like to have a luncheon for them when they come in off of their duty day there. And this not only for that crew, but for all the street maintenance crew. Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate that. That speaks volumes, and I told the pastor that as I'm preparing to go to my own church, I happened to catch his service on my TV. And one of the lessons that I learned was that a picture is sometimes better than a word. And so I have a video that Michael Burdell has arranged. We spent a whopping $247 to have this animated video produced, which will be used in our digital and our social media, both sometimes in TV commercials, but more on the social media side and for other events that we might find this appropriate. So Mike, if you could run that video, it'd be a wonderful, wonderful lead-in to the budget message that we have tonight.
We're Montgomery, Alabama, the place where the bus boycott gave birth to the civil rights movement. The Confederacy began here, and this is where Hank Sr. became a music legend. But did you know we are also a high-tech hub for education, on the cutting edge of the nation's cyber defense, and home to one of the few internet exchanges in the Southeast? Our magnet public schools are ranked among the best in the country, and we're one of the most business-friendly cities around. If you're searching for a diverse, vibrant community in which to live, start a business, or visit, search no more. We have exceptional weather, great shopping, fine dining, a symphony orchestra, one of the largest Shakespearean theaters in the world, and 90 city parks. Check out Montgomery, Alabama, the capital of dreams, proud of our past, poised for the future.
I think that's a bargain. Good. To spend less than $250 to get something like that. Michael, thank you, buddy. You may cover it, yes. If I could ask Barry Crabb to join me at the podium. Barry leads a great finance staff. He's gotten a special recognition that he didn't want us to ballyhoo about, but he's one of the best finance directors in the country by the Accounting Standards Board, and he got a nice frame certificate for that, and we gave him a nice pat on the back, just like we give our street maintenance folks a pat on the back. We wish we could give bonuses and things like that, but we're not able to do that. But Betty Beeville, we all know, has been laboring in the vineyard for many years. Mary Thaggart is a pro at budgets, and she's had help with from Angie Williams. I want to commend the City Council, because many of you sat in on some of the budget messages. Our cabinet and certainly our budget managers and other departmental managers have really worked hard to bring us to this evening's presentation. I want to highlight the cover on the budget, and I'm assuming you have those in front of you. This budget really is an appreciation of the service of the citizen employees, for all the grateful citizens, just in keeping, again, in trying to show appreciation and thanks for the job that those 2,500 do each and every day. The budget message is included in here. We're not going to read it in its entirety. We're not even going to preach from it tonight, Pastor. But I did want to highlight just a few things that are in that so that you will know, first of all, that it is a balanced budget. And in that balanced budget, there is about a 2.5% increase in our revenue stream and in our expense stream. Just to give you a framework, we had a revenue stream this year budget of about $230 million. And we are going to finish the year at about $231 million. So about a $3 million, $3.5 million increase over last year, which was sort of what we budgeted. Next year, we're going to be budgeting something in the $235.8 million, and a good portion of that is going to come from increase in ad valorem tax, because the Hyundai incentives with Hyundai as well as some of the suppliers will roll off. And so we get about $1.5 million, Barry, from that. And we've seen our ad valorem tax being ticked up a bit, as we have also seen some of our business license revenue ticking up, but we're being less than aggressive on our sales tax. We're budgeting about a 2% situation there. If you go to the expenditure side of the equation, we had a budgeted of $227,953. I'm sorry, a budget, of $227,953 for this year. Barry and our department managers and our cabinet members look like that they will come in at $227,650. And every month as we get towards the end, and this is through July, so we got to have August and September to go, that could be as much as a $300,000 or $400,000 less than we had budgeted. But you should also know that we have an obligation from to our rating agencies to continue, to increase our reserves. We closed last year's reserve at 20.5. We're budgeting at minimum of 2, maybe 2.5, if we can get some of these numbers in, which would give us something in that $23.5 to $24 million number along the way. Rating agencies would like for us to be at a full 10% as a interim goal or a beginning goal, and as high as 15. They really like 20%, but our near term is 10 and then 15. So from that standpoint, we will be able to close 2017, if everything goes right, with something in the $24 or $25 million reserve range, and our expenditures would be $233,823, which gives you that at least $2 million. And so the expenditure side of the equation, would be up 2.5% as well. Now, what is included in this budget that traditionally we might not have put in, or some things that we will articulate? First of all, included in this budget is $6 million of lease purchase. That's the capital equipment, the debt service, the payment of interest and principal. We do something between $3.5 to $6 million on an annual basis to buy new fire trucks, new garbage trucks, new police cars, various and sundry other equipment in our group. There's $6 million included. I already told you about the $2 million reserves. We have increased over and above what we normally would increase in our public safety organization, $1.7 million. $1.7 million equates to about 30 officers, both on the fire and police side. So we've left it to the two chiefs as well as the director how that would be done. But there's about 700,000 has gone to police, and about $1 million has gone to fire. 3 years ago, we did the study where we looked at our comparable salaries compared to other communities and industry, and we found ourselves about $10 million short, which we did not have $10 million in one fell swoop. So we took a 3-year approach to getting us to where we should be. We've already done 2 of those 3. This budget includes the last piece of that, and then we will start after that with our normal progression of increases. But this will represent another $3.5 million to salaries going forward. We've got 384 dilapidated facilities in our midst, down from about 410. And we've been doing that from internal sources, and we've been able to do about 75 or 80 in any one year, from the smallest of houses to the largest of facilities, apartments, and things like that. We've always done that without any budgetary item. We've just done it some overtime and some Saturday work with some of our landfill folks. This, for the first time in many, many, many years, we put a modest amount in there that we can do either additional overtime or maybe contract, and we might be able to get another 30 or 40. So maybe we can get 110 to 120 dilapidated structures down this year, which would be, if you didn't put anything more on there, it'd be a 3-year program, but you know more are going to come on. But at least we've got a program going forward. In economic development activity over the last several years, we have not budgeted directly in a budget for incentives. You know Jahardy, we just announced, and there was an incentive there. We've got another company that we will owe a couple of $100,000 in incentives, our part with the county for next year. For the first time, we've been able to budget in these line items some incentives, and then we've got another smaller amount for a couple that we're working on that we have some expectation that will happen before this calendar year's out, but it'll be in that next year. And then another thing that we haven't done in many a year is we have a lot of projects like Court Street, like Zelda, like West Ferry Road, like Fairview, that will be in participation with the state of Alabama. And we'll have, as a general statement, about a 20% match. We've included in this budget a $450,000 line item for the matches for ALDOT. And depending upon ALDOT, depending upon our own planning, we won't certainly get to all 4 of these in a construction fashion in 2017, but we will get into engineering, and generally the 20% is used to pay for engineering, because that's not subject to match. Those are some of the things, and Barry, I'll ask you to close with your comments about the discipline that you see with our budget managers.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mayor. That pretty well covers it. We have tried to be very disciplined with the putting together the budgets for the departments, for the non-departmental expenditures. We have, as the Mayor asked us to do some years back, we've got a $2 million additional reserve to our fund balance, and we want to continue to do that. And just general information to let everybody know, we do have a few additional copies, hard copies of these here tonight. And we're also putting this on our website. You can get it on our website, and it hopefully should be there now, but will be in just a few minutes. So.
One other thing that I didn't mention, and I give Barry Crabb great credit. About 3 years ago, as a carryover from many years, we had a deficit in our internal service fund. That could be things like mats. That could be things like health care costs. That could be things like zoo and golf and some of those. And so when we aggregated those, it was about a $10 million hole that had to be funded, not in cash, but on the books. And so we adopted a 3-year plan where 1/3 of those, our retirement fund overage was there. And so we took a 3-year approach to write 1/3 of those off every year. And this budget in 2017 takes us to zero. And this overage of $300,000, if we can use about $150,000 of that, we can get to zero in 2016 and not 2017. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to maintain that cushion as well as that $2 million. So I compliment Barry and his staff. I compliment the budget managers, and we will be more than happy to go through this with a fine-tooth comb. We've already done it ourselves. I think we know answers to every one of the questions that we think you'll answer, that you'll ask, but knowing you guys, y'all will come up with some questions that we might have to research, and we'll have that opportunity on the 13th, but also on the 6th. Mr. President, you're going to announce that there will be a public hearing for this, and as Barry said, we have some extra copies, but it will be online as we leave this meeting. So, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Yes, as you said, Mayor, the public hearing will be held September the 6th, 5 p.m. here, and we'll have an open time to talk about the budget, and everybody in the city is welcome to come and speak and review the budget. It's your budget, our budget as a city, so take that time to visit with us about the budget that day, and then the council will have a work session on the 13th at 3 o'clock to review it as a council after we have the public hearing. So, thank you very much. Any special committee reports this afternoon?
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
The ad hoc committee on expanding the magnet schools met several weeks ago, and Ms. Allen brought back some good information, and the ad hoc committee wants to meet again on August 29th at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Okay. Got that, Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, sir. There was no one signed up for public communications. The first item, Madam Clerk?
Mr. President, item 1, ordinance altering and enlarging the corporate limits by including 128 Wisdomwood Road.
Mr. Pruitt?
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Ordinance is adopted. Item 2, resolution directing mayor to execute easement to Alabama Power for the purpose of constructing and maintaining electricity lines for power to the Municipal Justice Center.
Need a motion?
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move for approval.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Item 3, resolution denying and or revoking right to operate a business for failure to purchase business license, doing business as Midori Restaurant, 5824 Woodmere Boulevard.
Yes, sir. Pursuant to some requests, this business was bought last August. They have never purchased a business license. This year, they have been inspected by the building inspection department. They have been cleared for that. Fire department has inspected them because they're in the midst of trying to get a ABC license again. Their alarm system has to be tested, sprinkler system has to be tested, the hood over the stove has out of date, the hood exhaust is has to be inspected, the exhaust exit signs have to be done, emergency signs have to be done. So we consider these all to be emergency issues and public health issues, and they are continuing to do business. Interestingly, they are paying their taxes every month, but they do not have a business license, and we can't issue one without the inspections.
Need a motion to suspend the rules.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Okay.
Item 4, application for a lounge retail liquor license Class 1 by Roger Carter Darts and Vending, doing business as Papa T's, 3420 Atlanta Highway.
Representative Papa T is here, please. Come forward. One of you, whatever. The spokesman.
I was going to approve it until I saw the shirt. Until I saw the shirt, he had it going.
Your name for the record, sir, please.
Blake Hunter.
Blake.
And I'm Vera Carter.
Okay, Ms. Carter. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. It's brought before the council. Need a motion? Mr. Bollinger?
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Motion to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business.
Thank you,
sir.
Item 4, application for a lounge retail liquor Class 2 package license, doing business as Red Zone Package Store, 5761 Woodmere Boulevard.
Representative of Red Zone Package Store.
Yes, sir.
Your name for the record, sir?
Luther Rahman.
Luther. This is a public hearing. Anyone like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. It's brought before the council.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
Good luck with your business, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Item 6, application for retail beer and retail table wine off premises only, doing business as 31 Pace Car at 7120 Mobile Highway.
Representative, 31 Pace Car here, please. Sure. Your name?
Maulik Patel.
Okay, Mr. Patel. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. Proper for council.
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move for approval.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Good
Resolution
luck
is
with your business,
adopted.
sir.
Thank you.
Item 7, application for a nonprofit tax exempt liquor license, doing business as Burger Bash at 483 Moulton Street.
I was wondering who's going to represent the Burger Bash.
It's me, Beth Ann Dunnigan.
Your name?
Beth Ann Dunnigan.
Okay, Megan. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak against this item, please come forward. Seeing none, declare the public hearing has been held. Proper before the council. Need a motion?
Move to suspend the rules.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is
Good luck with your
adopted.
event.
Mr. President, before Beth Ann leaves, could she do a commercial on
That'd be good.
Burger
Yeah,
Bash
tell
and
us about
what
your
it's all about? And this
you,
is the
Mayor.
millennial version of
Oh,
Nice
This
Deal.
one
no
that sold
pressure.
out
I'm
last
speaking
year.
for all millennials. Okay.
Please explain it.
Thank you. Burger Bash is an event. They've got about 15 vendors that will come out to our farm located behind the advertiser. They'll feature their best burger from their restaurant, and we'll have some blind voters who will judge the best voter for, they get bragging rights and they go to a national competition for their burger. It's also just a great event for the people of Montgomery to come out and enjoy some good food and good local beer. So
When's it going to be?
it is on September 8th on the farm. Tickets are still on sale, but not for long. So
Well, tell them how you can get tickets.
you can go online, Lightning Line Montgomery, also through Eventbrite. But if you go on Facebook, Burger Bash is an event. Burger Bash 2016 on Facebook. That's probably the best way.
And last year, you sold how many tickets, and how long did it take you to take it to
I think
sell?
it was 200 tickets in under 4 hours. So they doubled the amount of people that could come this year, and so we're getting close. I'm not sure what the count is, but it'll sell out pretty quickly.
Sold out last year.
How much you gonna pay for this commercial?
I'm sorry?
How much you gonna pay us for this commercial?
How much is it for you to come?
How much
I'll-
pay us?
Oh, maybe I could just let one of you come and hang out with me as the executive director, and that work out.
No thing of value. No thing of value.
Nothing of value.
All right, cheers. I hope to see you all there.
No bribery.
Thanks, Beth Ann.
You got your, good luck with your event.
Thank you.
Item 8, resolution designating nuisance abatement agent.
Need a motion to suspend rules.
Motion to suspend the rules
Rest of the committee, rest of the.
for the rest of the agenda.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. Resolution assessing the cost of abatement of unsafe structures on various lots.
Go ahead.
Need,
Move to adopt.
all in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted. 10, resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing abatement and assessing cost of abatement of public nuisances on various lots.
Move to adopt.
All in favor, raise your hand.
Unanimous. Resolution is adopted.
You have anything else?
No, sir, that's all I have.
Council, you have anything else? Okay. I got yours. I'll get yours. Okay, public communication of a non-agenda items. John DeBoe would like to speak to us. 3 minutes, please.